I'm ready for you, Robert.
Okay. Fuck Donald Trump, I hate the United States government. Those statements, though controversial, are legal to say in this country. In China, however, similar statements made about the Chinese government would get me arrested. Now imagine if Donald Trump passed a law that made it possible for him to deport me to China to face trial based on what I said here. That is exactly the type of law that was proposed in Hong Kong in March of 2019, that has sparked one of the largest protests in recorded history. As a global politics minor, these are the type of issues that I study, and if any of you here want to better understand modern politics, it's important you understand these issues as well. The controversy surrounding the Hong Kong extradition bill is key to understanding the reason behind the current protests in Hong Kong. Before I talk about the law itself, let me briefly explain to you its justification. In February of 2017, a couple from Hong Kong went on vacation to Taiwan. While there, the man murdered his girlfriend before returning home alone. Now, authorities in Hong Kong were unable to prosecute this man because they did not have jurisdiction where the murder happened, nor were they able to deport him back to Taiwan to face trial because there was no existing extradition treaty between the two countries. Now, extradition is just the transfer of prisoners internationally. In order to solve this issue, the president of Hong Kong proposed a bill that would make it legal for Hong Kong to extradite prisoners to any country, regardless of existing treaties. This bill would allow a murderer to be taken to justice, which we can all agree is a good thing. However, once in place, this would mean that authorities in Hong Kong now have the legal right to deport prisoners anywhere, including China. Hong Kong is already technically a part of China, though it is classified as an autonomous region. That means they have their own system of government, language, and most importantly, laws such as the freedom of speech. It is these freedoms that the people of Hong Kong are fighting to defend. But shouldn't the people of Hong Kong trust their government not to extradite them to China? The president of Hong Kong is not voted on by the people. They are instead appointed by officials in Beijing. This bill was proposed by the president and was not voted on by any Hong Kong citizen. Many people in Hong Kong see this as a sneaky way for China to restrict their independence. In essence, that is how a proposed bill sparked the current protests in Hong Kong. It started with a murder overseas, and the lack of an extradition treaty meant that Hong Kong was unable to bring the suspect to justice. The president of Hong Kong, who many fears too pro-China, used this as a justification to propose a bill with wide-reaching consequences for those in Hong Kong who disagree with the Chinese government. That is what sparked the protests in Hong Kong, which have since evolved into a much wider protest against China restricting their political freedoms. That is my brief overview of a very complicated topic, but I suggest that next time here anyone sees Hong Kong in the news, you will now have a greater understanding of the issues that those people are fighting.